All right, good morning, brothers and sisters. We are going to go through chapter 4 of Second Samuel. But before we do, I need to retract the statement. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, I'd stated that Abner had given Israel over to David. He had not done that yet. He had gotten killed before that happened. David gets Israel in the next chapter, chapter 5. So I apologize for that. The message had not been delivered yet because Abner was executed. So forgive me on that statement, please. But I did correct myself. Now we're in chapter 4. Ishbosheth, now, when he finds out and hears that Abner was murdered, he starts to freak out. You know, he was Israel and the king were very troubled because the commander of the army had been killed by King David, their rightful ruling king over all Israel. Now, Jonathan had a son, and his son's name was Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth had two lame feet because he was 5 years old when he had heard the news that his dad and his grandpa, King Saul, were killed. What happened here was the nurse for Mephibosheth got scared and picked him up and ran with him, and I think she fell on him, and hence both legs were lame till that day, his feet. They protected him and they put him away. So now Mephibosheth is out of the picture because they're protecting him. But now we have two assassins that rise up for the tribe of Benjamin, the same tribe that King Saul was. These guys were named Bana and Rechab or Rechab. I don't know how to say it right, but I'm not that kind of guy. But we'll say Rechab, Rechab. These were commanders of the army, and what they did was they had snuck up one night and went into. The names get confusing. Ishbosheth, the king of Israel. They went into his house, all the way into his house, like if they were about to get some wheat. All right, and while Ishbosheth, the king of Israel, was sleeping, these two men, Bana and Rechab, had killed him in his bed, struck him dead, took the head of him, and went to David. These two men went all night through the plains and went to David and told David, "Hey, here's the head of the king of Israel. We're delivering the head of the enemy to you, that you may rightfully rule and reign." And David's like, "What is going on with these fools?" He tell him, "Did you not know that? Did you not hear that the guy that brought me the head of King Saul, who thinking he was doing a good thing, when he brought it to me, that I was angry with him because he did the wrong thing?" He's like, "And what makes you think that you going into an innocent man's house, a righteous man, a king, and killing him on his bed wickedly?" He goes, "What makes you think that I'm going to be okay with that?" He's like, "Matter of fact, you're dead." So David told his young men, "Kill these fools, get them out of here." And they did. They snuffed them out. David took their hands and their feet, and he got their hands and their feet, where he commanded these young men, and they cut off the hands and the feet and hanged them in the pool of Hebron. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the tomb. So they took the king of Israel's head and buried it in the tomb, but they took the hands and the feet of these men and put them in the pool of Hebron, the place where Abner was killed. To set the tone once again, you do not touch people in authority. You do not murder people. You can kill somebody in self-defense, but you don't plan murder. You don't go out there and plan deceitfully how to take someone's life. That's what's wicked. And now, mind you, David has an army of mighty men. And now he has an army of Judah. So now he got these two people coming alongside together with one ruler, which is King David, whose ruler is Jehovah, Yahweh, the Lord, all caps. You're going to start seeing now people conspiring to take the throne out of greed, or they think they're right. They think they're doing the right thing, being a mighty warrior like David was. But here's the problem. David was anointed. And though he did the wrong thing, he was still anointed by God. Therefore, God deals with him. These men are not anointed. Therefore, they receive justice from man. And here's how it ministers to me. In life, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. I made mistakes last night. And people are watching you. People are following you. Remember, if you are a believer, if you are a Christian, you might be the only Bible other people read. How you act at work, how you act out throughout the day and what you do, you might be the only witness or example as a man or woman of God. And I fail daily. I fail daily, and it's just starting to tear me apart now to see that I am wrongfully walking with God and openly wrongfully walking with God, and I am so reaping it. And David is establishing his new kingdom by setting the tone and driving out wickedness, shedding blood immediately when he finds out things are wrong. He snuffs out the problem. That's the cure. He sees the problem, you know what? Death. Done. We don't need people like you in this kingdom. He's already messed up enough. He doesn't need more people like that, so he takes them out. I'm not saying go home and take your kids or take out your husband and wife. No, what I'm saying is that what we do matters. How we walk, how we talk matters. And I've had days where I've gone to work just not sober and just so full of remorse and hurt and pain because of the things that I've lost due to my years of being a bandit, being a man of God who walked wrongfully and just continued to pursue people and selfishness. And it's just, and now I've lost just about everything except Jesus and my job and my home, of course. And I still got my house, praise God, ish, but David starts cleaning house. And that's the whole moral of this. Clean house. Brothers and sisters, whatever's causing you to struggle, clean house. If there's pills in your home, to flush them. If there's weed, you got meth, kick it to the curb. You got alcohol, down the drain. Make a commitment, stand. Every day I wake up and I choose to serve the Lord. But every night when I go to bed, I'm not always sober. And I'm like, I did it again, Lord. Father, I need your help. But see, getting help means getting more into the Word 3 times a day. Fellowship. Find people who are like-minded in the Word, not like-minded in the world. Brothers and sisters, this is a good chapter because you're seeing these assassins, these men conspire to get rid of what they thought was the right thing. They got rid of who they thought was the wrong person to lead. Given he was the wrong person to lead, given these guys were in God's permissible will and not God's perfect will, because God used them or allowed them to do a job because God was going to remove Abner and the king of Israel anyway, so David can move in and the transition can be put. The 2 men that conspired against Israel to lead are now removed from the picture. You no longer have the deceitful Abner. You no longer have Ishbosheth, the son of Saul. Now you have David, the only available man of God who was anointed by God to rule these people. So, brothers and sisters, there's your recap of chapter 4. May the peace of God be with you. Much love to you. Have a blessed Friday. We made it. We made it. We ain't dead and we ain't locked up, so we made it. Remember, much love to you all and choose wisdom over the world. God bless.